Lovers of lore, thank you for joining me for an interesting installment of Strixhaven lore. Today we're going to be talking about the main villains that exist on the world of Arcavius and the biggest threat to the school of Strixhaven and potentially even the multiverse at large. Now, the Oriq exist for one very particular purpose, and that is to lay the school of Strixhaven low, to destroy everything they stand for. From the perspective of the Oriq, the school of Strixhaven is just a massive roadblock. They have a stranglehold over what type of magics are acceptable. As a result, Strixhaven has set a bunch of magic aside as forbidden magic, and this is one of the types of magic that the Oriq specifically want to be able to dabble in. And by removing Strixhaven, their vision is that it will free magic up for the entirety of the plane. But the reality is, the Oriq are really driven by greed and jealousy. Most of the members of the Oriq already have some association with Strixhaven. You could easily consider them to be failed mages. Either they had failed the entrance exams, which meant they were turned away from Strixhaven from the get-go, or they ended up failing courses or for one reason or another were forced to drop out of school. Now, this obviously bred a certain level of resentment into these students. Failing or being rejected in this manner makes the students easy prey for the Oriq, because the Oriq, they watch from the shadows and they size up potential candidates to join them. Now, the majority of these candidates, as I said, are going to be failures, but on occasion, the Oriq are actually able to recruit genuine prodigies. In some cases, these prodigies weren't willing to pay their dues. So from the perspective of these burgeoning mages, I have all of this power, and yet I'm not recognized at the school. I shouldn't be forced to go through these courses at what I consider a snail's pace. I deserve to be taught the most powerful of magics and accelerate past my fellow classmates. But at Strixhaven, they don't really allow for that. So what happens is agents of the Oriq will locate these students and they will set their eyes and ears on them, waiting for an opportune moment, a moment of weakness or arrogance, at which point they will approach the student from the shadows and offer them a different path to power if they only will take up the mask of the Oriq. These masks are the most distinctive feature of the Oriq. They basically normally dress in dark clothing with metal masks that hover where their faces should be and also emanate this purple sort of magic energy that flows forth. The Oriq have a main base that's located far away from Strixhaven, but they have a number of different agents that are always located in and around the school, hidden in access tunnels, some posing under illusion magic. They have a number of methods that they use to make sure that they're able to accomplish their goals. Now, membership in the Oriq has some serious risks. They have duels to the death. People will be assassinated to have their positions stolen from them. Just the dangers of trying to infiltrate Strixhaven causes them to lose a fair number of members. On top of that, the Oriq dabble in the truly forbidden blood rituals, and obviously that will take its toll in terms of lives as well. Most of the time, the Oriq don't have that much of an impact on the Strixhaven school. However, once in a while, someone will rise to power that is able to weld the Oriq into a more formidable organization. And we recently saw that happen with Extus Nar. Unlike a lot of the mages of the Oriq, Extus wasn't a failure. In fact, he was quite a successful and powerful mage. But everything changed for him, however, when he was overlooked for the position of Oracle. Now, the Oracle is supposed to be someone who guards over all of the denizens of the world of Arcavios and is a protector. So Extus was not really suited for the role. Extus had some serious ego issues where he considered himself superior to everyone else and got enraged when other people did not recognize his superiority. He ended up overthrowing the rulership of Oriq, claiming it for himself, completely wiping the previous leader out of existence. Extus was so effective, he was even able to recruit the planeswalker Luca to his cause, and as a result, he was able to use Luca in an operation aimed at taking down the entire school of Strixhaven. The operation involved using a massive swarm of mage hunters, and mage hunters are these horrific beings that were created by the Oriq. They're designed to seek out mages. They can find the arcane unerringly. They have these massive sharp claws and tower over regular humans. So Extus, using Luca's Bonder ability, was able to bring a whole bunch of these mage hunters all at once in a massive swarm against the school. While the chaos of these mage hunters rampaging across the school was causing chaos, Extus actually enacted his master plan, which was to infiltrate the Biblioplex. And the Biblioplex is the location on Strixhaven where all of the most powerful magic spells are concentrated. All of the forbidden magic is located there. So Extus was able to take magic from the Biblioplex and use it to cast a massive summoning spell to summon a gigantic blood avatar. This towering monstrosity would have absolutely wreaked havoc on Strixhaven if it wasn't for the intervention of the Kenrith twins. And actually, due to their intervention, the blood avatar was turned on Extus and he was completely obliterated by its massive blade. At the same time that this was happening and Extus was meeting his demise, the school itself was saved by the intervention of the founding dragons. As a result, the Oriq were defeated, but only temporarily. It's only a matter of time until another powerful and charismatic leader ends up taking over the Oriq and forming them again into a spear to be cast at the heart of Strixhaven. And if they ever succeed and gain knowledge of all of the spells that are available in the Biblioplex, they may learn about planeswalkers and finally gain the ability to traverse to different realms as well. So they could end up becoming a threat to the entire multiverse at large. All right, my friends, that wraps up this installment of Strixhaven Magic the Gathering lore. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you like what I'm doing here, consider jumping on my Patreon and supporting the channel. Thanks for coming by. I will see you for the next one. And remember, my friends, lore is life.